It's Channel Sports this morning. I am Cecilia Omogbe. Coming up on the show, 13 years after Nigerian Sydney 2000 Olympic heroes in the 4x100 meters relay finally get their good today. And athletes yet to qualify for the World Championships in Moscow will get a chance in a two-day tournament organized by Lagos State Athletics Association. And Emeka Iyama reads riot act to clubs pulling out of the National League. And Federation Cup round of 16 hosts today as Sunshine Star supporters storm Lokoja with 10 buses. They will face Nasarawa United, who was responsible for their exit last season. And Liverpool, for the second time, are rejecting a £4 million bid for Luis Suarez by Arsenal. A tough one, you will say, for Arsene Wenger. And Barcelona new coach Gerardo Martino believes Lionel Messi is responsible behind his surprise appointment. Tayo Salam will join me for these and more after this short break.
At first, it's only anticipation that something is about to happen. This is one thing that makes life interesting. To compete not only with players across the field, but across the world. It makes me feel joy when we win and sorrow when we lose. The action and reaction, colliding, falling, dropping, despite the odds. I love it because it brings me tears, tears of victory, tears of joy. The skill that leads to the pass that leads to the shot that leads to the goal that determines the ultimate. Channel Sports, defining the moment of true sport.
All right, Tayo Salam, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, good morning, Cecilia. I'm wondering, how did you get here?
It's raining everywhere, you know. We always want to get here.
Did you
to be here.
Did you use a canoe or boat?
You know, the road is it's quite good. It's really not flooded. It was okay all through, not flooded.
Okay,
so you just have to go with your cab and everything.
So there was no need for Noah's Ark.
No need. My area is really Tushi's cool.
Okay, beautiful. Yeah, let's go on with the show.
From the both sides of Lagos. Yeah. All right, we actually talked about £4 million bid for Suarez. That was a miss of £40 million plus. That's what Arsenal is bidding for Luis Suarez, and of course Liverpool rejecting it. But we're starting up with this one coming from the National League side. The chairman, Emeka Iyama, he has talked about what is happening in the National League side, that they need to put so many things in place to ensure that the league, people come to the stadium to actually watch. And not only that, he talked about the 148 goals miracle, miraculous goals. That's the way you describe that. And also what he is doing to ensure that the club is credible. That is, the NNL, you can start having 15, 14 and 50 goals and all that. He wants to make it so credible that people will even want to come to the stadium and get to watch their stars play. Yeah,
it was good to listen. I listened to Emeka Iyama yesterday, and it actually shed a lot of light on the National Football League in Nigeria. And, I think we have an interview.
We're going to play back. We'll be bringing you that interview later on the show, where he talked about some clubs that are pulling out of the National League. Zamfara United is an example. He said such clubs, they will definitely be penalized, and he will not take it lightly with them, in the sense that you really have to know what you're doing before coming into the league, and not when in the middle of the league clubs will start pulling out, because he will not tell well of the league and also of the clubs participating in that club. If that clip is not ready, we'll just move on, but later we'll come back to that. We'll go straight to the Federation Cup round of 16, which begins today. And the biggest news is Nasarawa United, who defeated Sunshine Stars last season by 2-1, and they were responsible 3-1. They were responsible for their exit last season. They will be playing Nasarawa United today, and 10 buses. The state FA had to provide 10 buses for the supporters to go to the Confluence City, talking about Kogi State. That's where the match will be played. 10 buses they are carrying to that venue. You have ABS and Lobby Stars will be playing in Mina. Heartland and Sharks of Port Harcourt. This is the biggest game, will be in Benin City. Aqua United and Rangers will be in Owerri to play their own, and Niger Tornadoes and Warri Wolves will slug it out in Akure. Nasarawa and Sunshine Stars, that's the one we are talking about, whereby about 10 buses will be storming the city today, where they will be playing that one. And Sunshine Stars actually defeated Nimbe City by 2-1 in the round of 32 of the competition to get to this stage. You also have Eimba and 3SC playing in Abuja. Kano Pillars and Gombe United will be locking hands in Jos, and Aqua Starlet and Abia Warriors, 2 National League sides, will be playing in Calabar. It will interest you to know that we just have 3 National League sides left at the round of 16 at the Federation Cup. Will anyone get to the finals?
Well, it all depends on what happens in this round of 16. Just taking a look at those fixtures, the one that really eats me is the matchup between Enyimba and Tracy, and those 2 teams are traditional Nigerian teams, and it is going to be very. I heard the coordinator of Enyimba yesterday sounding very confident about this clash against Tracy. He was very confident they were going to win the game, and it's going to be very interesting to see how the match will be played in Abuja. So I want to believe Tracy fans all over Nigeria, as well as Enyimba fans, will storm the venue en masse to support their teams.
Yeah, hopefully. All right, we'll go straight to the clip of AMA, who spoke with Toyin Bitoye last night on the National League side and what they're doing to ensure that the league is credible.
Butterfly in my tummy. Yeah, because the league has come a long way. We're happy with the developments, not minding a few challenges. 2 weeks to go. Naturally, there will be a lot of jostle for promotion and also to avoid relegation. It's a normal thing. So that's where we are putting our microscope on to see how the league can end on a good note. We have resolved to use premiership referees and match commissioners. We're going to send out renowned assessors
for the last 2 rounds of matches.
For the last 2 rounds of matches. The matches will be played, one on a Saturday simultaneously, the one for this weekend, and the last matches will be played on a Sunday simultaneously to avoid, you know why. So there are challenges where we have 3 venues where you have
potential.
No. 3 venues where you have, it's going to be difficult to have the matches played simultaneously. In Abia, in Kaduna State and Plateau. Plateau, you have 4 teams. In Abia, because of Enyimba, they're playing on Sunday too. So we might have to play 2-4, 2 p.m. and then 4 p.m. in those areas. Then the ones who can move to the nearest venue, then that can also be done. So all things have been put in place, and we are very hopeful that the league will come up well. Let us look at the predominance of foreign leagues, or the intrusion of foreign leagues in our football. In the days of yore, when we flew to the stadium, we didn't have Premiership, La Liga, hitting us in the face the way it is shown on everywhere, on satellite television and all that. Incidentally, they play better football there, they have better officiating, they have better packaging, they have taken away the fans. Number 2, the fans must believe in what they have. 3, officiating must improve, because when you come to the stadium and see officiating that makes you to vomit, you don't want to come again. Then car violence and hooliganism must be curbed, so that you don't come to the stadium and get away with a broken hand or a broken head. These factors are all put together to help our league to go. But more than anything else, I believe that the situation where Nigerians are not even proud of their own clubs. I saw Enyimba team manager wearing Enyimba jersey. That's the way it should be.
Right, you had it there. And of course, this is a news alert coming from Nigerian Football Federation. News just coming in. This actually happened last night. Suggests that Nigerian Football Federation is bent on recognizing the Secretariat of the Nigerian National League, that's the NNL, and the Nigerian Nationwide League, NLWL. We have that Ayo Abdusalam, and Secretary of the NNL, alongside Emmanuel Adesoya of the Nationwide League Board, Lawrence Katek and Shola Ogunowo, are to replace the record officers immediately. This is coming from the Nigerian Football Federation, talking about the Nationwide League and also the Nigerian National League.
Yeah, apparently the NFF have recalled the staffs of the Nigerian Nationwide League. they've recalled them because apparently they're staffs of the NFF, and I heard Emeka Yama talk about it yesterday, and it was really powerless in the situation because they don't have enough funding to actually have their own staff in the NNL. Yeah, so basically they're taking what the NFF gives them, and unfortunately, in this case, the NFF wants their staff back, and they've gotten the staff back, and they've replaced them with some other people, and we're just hoping these people that are coming on board with Emeka Yama will actually carry on the good job the former guys have been doing.
Yeah, hopefully that's what we hope. And of course, Super Eagles continue their preparations for the game against Côte d'Ivoire coming up July 27. They were able to beat Team FC 2-0 in just one of their warm-up games. And of course, the main practice they've been doing so far had to do with shooting on target, accurate shots for them to be able to score more goals. Being able to defeat Côte d'Ivoire 4-1 here in Nigeria is still a slim victory. Like we said earlier, anything can happen when they get to the state capital in Ivory Coast when the game gets underway. Beating Team FC by 2-0 is just one of the ways for the Super Eagles to prepare for that game.
Yeah, absolutely. 2-0 victory, warm-up match, nothing serious, and it's glad to see nobody really picked up an injury in that game. And the home-based Eagles are expected in Lagos this morning, and they will be traveling to Côte d'Ivoire on Thursday. I just want to believe Côte d'Ivoire, Nigeria to Côte d'Ivoire. I don't know if it's going to is it too late? Don't you think that they should have traveled like a day, like today, for example? I don't know, because if they leave on Thursday, they'll get there.
No, same day, of course.
They'll get that same day. I'm looking at the flight. Won't they be flight weary?
No, definitely. You remember Confederations Cup?
Okay,
remember going to the US, Europe,
Confederations Cup,
Africa,
you
and
really
later
say
Brazil.
We did well at the Confederations Cup. So that's my point. My point is the game is going to be played on Saturday. If they go on Thursday,
they're playing against an African side, so
exactly.
You don't have to get used to the weather. So it's the same thing.
Well, yeah, we'll see about that on Saturday. Yeah.
Okay, hopefully they get to win that one. No, they will definitely win. They don't
have to win, actually. Yes, they don't have to win that game. All they need in that game is a good result. That's a draw.
And that will definitely happen. Or they can lose 2-1.
Yeah, exactly. But we don't want to lose. We don't want to lose the game. That's the thing.
Unbeaten run would still have to. He really needs to get another unbeaten run again. The last one he had, Uruguay actually broke that record.
Exactly.
And of course, Stephen Keshe wants to start building another unbeaten run.
Yeah, I know it's a cliche, but winning is a culture. So if you continue winning your games, it might just be a part of you for a long time.
Okay, let's go straight to athletics now. President Goodluck Jonathan will this morning honor the heroes of Sydney 2000. I'm talking about the team that was captained by Sunday Bada, who is late now. He's not in Abuja right now to receive it. The wife Williams is there with the other teams who will be taking the gold medal from President Goodluck Jonathan this morning. And of course, you have the likes of Fidelis Gadzama, who said the gold will be dedicated to Sunday Bada. We have a Lagos-based Enefiok Undobong, and also Clement Chuku Nduka Awanze. You also have Jude Moye. These are the men who did Nigerian proud in Sydney 2000. They won silver, but after the Pettigrew doping scandal, I'm talking about Antonio Pettigrew doping scandal, USA was disqualified, and of course Nigeria was given the gold medal in that. And of course this morning President Jonathan would be honoring these athletes. And of course we actually got the gold medal early this year, and of course it was through the NOC and the AFN, Athletics Federation of Nigeria, who were responsible, helped Nigeria to get the gold. And of course they will be presented to these men.